Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. This is your girl, Mrs. JBJ. What is happening? What is going on? Welcome, welcome. So, we are talking about basketball wives. Shaunie comes to LA just to fire Jackie Christie. Like, what's going on here? Let's talk about it. Jackie is still on her pursuit to have her own talk show. Y'all know one season is a podcast and this season is a talk show. So she is prepping, practicing so she can pitch her TV shows to different networks. Y'all know Jackie is a hot mess, so she finding her a hype man. She found her some new assistants. So Jackie is really trying to get this talk show together. So for them to be wanting to fire Jackie, why would y'all have her talking about her talk show, all her future endeavors, if y'all want to get rid of her? Because y'all need her. That's why. It's so dumb. Let me digress. Let's keep going into the episode. Evelyn invite Brandy for a reading. And she was like, "Oh, I just want to get to know Brandy better." No, girl. You've been talking shit about Brandy and her husband, and now you and Jen done had this kumbaya with Brandy. So now you like, "Oh yeah, Brandy's cool." It's not gonna work, Evelyn, because you've been talking so much shit about her and her relationship and her husband. Don't be faithful, like just talking reckless about her relationship. And it's so crazy because every time she with Brandy, Brandy keeps reminding the ladies, like that's one of the things that gets her upset when people speak on her relationship. I just don't understand what Evelyn is waiting for. Like, just go ahead and tell her. And I find it funny that Brooke or Jennifer hasn't even gave Brandy a heads up that Evelyn been talking junk about her. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, Brooke, Brandy is your girl. You just met Evelyn maybe a couple years ago. Brandy was your girl. So why in the world you ain't been telling Brandy what Evelyn really thinks of her? I think that's shady, but hopefully they'll bring that later on in the season. So they meet up, they get a reading done, and it just talk about they got a spiritual connection. Nobody cares. And then another thing that Brandy mentioned to Evelyn, like she noticed that Evelyn is doing her thing. She's single. She really is making it work, and Brandy admired that about Evelyn. Girl, Evelyn got a whole baseball check coming in. Do you know that Evelyn baby daddy played Major League Baseball? Like that money hits different. And she at least got that until her son is 18 years old. So trust me, Evelyn is definitely living off her baby daddy 100%. Talking about she admire Ellen for doing it and inspire her that if anything happened between her and Jason that she could girl. But trust me, Brandy, you gonna have to do a lot of acting, a lot of selling some cookbook if you trying to keep that same basketball wife lifestyle. And remember, you the only basketball wife. Them hookers ain't basketball wives. Like Brandy, you just don't make sense. But like I said, Brandy just want to be part of the circle, and she's so pressed to be part of the circle that she'll deal with anything. But girl, you are the prize. You are the basketball wife. Jennifer and Brooke meet up to talk about the 90s party that she's having at her family home. She invites all the girls, and she was like, "You know what? This is a good time for y'all to meet my new man. I'm so excited about my man." And he decided to come in and meet my family, and I was like, this is a perfect time to meet my girl. So Brooke is introducing her man to everybody. Brandy reached out to Shaunie because she's like she can't do nothing with Jackie, and Jackie is just a hot mess, and she doesn't film with anybody, and she doesn't listen to anybody. So Brandy decides hey, Shaunie, you need to come to town. You need to get us back on track. Shaunie was like, girl, don't worry about it. I'm already on my way to LA. So Brandy said that her and Shaunie relationship have grown over the years, because when little Jason had his heart condition, that Shaunie reached out to her and they started talking about the different symptoms that he had, and she was like, "Oh my God, my son had little Jason has the same symptoms." So y'all know that Shawnee's son went through a whole heart surgery maybe a couple years ago, and it seemed like Brandy's son had the same heart condition. So she referred her to one of her doctors, and Brandy's son had a successful surgery. So Brandy was like, she really didn't think little Jason was gonna get through this, and they were really struggling with it. So she just felt like she owed Shaunie the world because she helped save her baby boy. I do think that's cool. That they have that relationship and that Shaunie could really be there for Brandy and Jason. I love that. Love that. At first, I was looking at their relationship like, Brandy, why in the hell is you cool with Shaunie? But now it makes sense because I think it was last season Shaunie introduced, well, maybe not last year, the year, I can't remember, but I just remember Shaunie and Brandy meeting up in a previous season, and they were really cool. And I was like, when did that happen? Why did that happen? So that makes sense that all of this happened during the course of her son being sick. So Shaunie is on her way to LA to meet up with Jackie Christie. So everybody goes out to Brooke's family home. The 90s party is here. And everybody got on their 90s gear. I think out of everybody, probably Evelyn had the cutest on her Timberlands and her overalls. Yeah, she just looked real cute. It was definitely giving 90s. But all the ladies showed up and looked it cute. But everyone showed up. So you got Brooke, you got Brandy, you got Jachelle, Evelyn, and Jen. And everyone is hanging out. And it was like, where is your boyfriend, Brooke? Like, what's going on? Where is he at? Where's your man, your man, your man? And then Brooke puts her head down and she was like, well, he decided to not come. And they was like, why? Why he didn't come? Jen is very disappointed because Jen was like, this is the only reason I came to this party because I want to meet your man. And Brandy was looking at Brooke sideways, was like, he's in town. Like, he came all the way here not to show up at the party. And Brooke was like, I know, I don't want to talk about it. So Brooke introduced everybody to her son, her baby boy. Her son looks just like her. And of course, they got an opportunity to ask him about what's going on with this baby. So of course Evelyn comes sneaking up trying to be nosy when they were asking her son about this baby, and basically he was saying that first the baby mama said he was the father, and then she said he wasn't the father, and they was looking all confused like what. He was like, yeah, it came out positive and then it came out negative. And they looking at him like, what happened? So one of Brooke's family members asked him like, hey, can I get her number so we can call her? Because we really want to know what's going on. And so he allowed them to have her number. So yeah, I guess we'll see what's going on with Brooke, baby boy, and is she gonna be a grandmother or not? And so guess who finally shows up? So Brooke man finally made his appearance, and everybody was like, is that him? Is that him? I guess he wasn't what everybody expected. I don't know. I mean, I ain't got no opinion about that. But everybody was shocked. Like, I forgot the little nickname they gave him, but everybody was shocked. Like, that's him. And yeah, that was him. And he finally showed up. They was like, oh, we so proud of you showing up, because Brooke done went through so much, and I'm just glad you showed up and support her. Jen said that. And so he's meeting everybody. He's kicking it. And some of them is giving him the side eye. Like Evelyn was like, I don't know about him. And then Brandy, of course, like, I don't know about this. But Brooke looked genuinely happy. So Brandy meets up with Jackie. She wanted to talk to Jackie because, of course, we know on the previous episode, Brooke has the recording that Sunday gave everybody with Jackie talking shit about them. So Brandy's in her feelings. She's like, I gotta talk to Jackie. Jackie know how important it is that I want to have a baby. And talking about my relationship, I just don't like it. So Jackie is looking at Brandy like, nope, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to hear it because that was a private conversation between me and my girl. Sunday was my girl. And we was just popping our shit and I was venting to her about like how y'all bitches get on my nerves. So no, we not having a conversation. Brandy was like, no, Jackie, that's not fair. And Jackie was like, well, Brandy, do you talk to your homegirls about what's going on with the group? So why don't you understand? And Brandy was like, no, I can't deal with you, Jackie. And the reason why I can't deal with you, I had to invite Shaunie. And Jackie was like, what? So Shaunie comes walking through. Shaunie looks like she aging. Like, I don't know if she's stressed. I don't know if she just got off a flight. But Shaunie looks tired. But anyway, Jackie is shocked to see Shaunie. And Shaunie was like, yeah, Jackie, I had to come because, Sunday done dropped all this tea. And of course, Jackie is telling Shaunie the same thing. Like, girl, you don't have private conversations with your girl. You don't talk shit with your girl. That was a private conversation between Sunday, and that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. But if y'all want to hold that against me, that's cool. Yeah, I said it, and I apologize. And then Shani was like, well, Jackie, that's the problem. That's why nobody don't trust you. That's why. But she's right. That was a private conversation. Like, come on. Are y'all going to try to tell me that Shani and Evelyn don't talk crazy shit about Jackie crazy ass? They do. They do. They absolutely do. And Shani was like, well, what the girls just feel some type of way. Thank you for apologizing. But Jackie, you know what? You just gonna have to do better. And then the things you said about Brooke. And she's like, yes, I said it about Brooke. I'm not taking it back. So that's the only person Jackie is not trying to give no grace to. She just not feeling Brooke. She want the whole world like, nah, I don't fuck with Brooke. I don't care what you say. That's kind of hard because Brooke did lose her child. Like, you should have some self-awareness. Like, I should never talk about somebody kid, somebody losing their life. Like, I don't like it. I don't like when Jackie like has no empathy for Brooke. I don't care what y'all say. Yes, Brooke papa shit. I do understand when people is like, but Brooke decided to be on a reality show. I get it. And if she need time to heal and she didn't want to talk about her daughter, then maybe she shouldn't came back on the show. I agree with all of that. But she is on the show, right? And I think it should be a level of respect when it comes to that. Like, you shouldn't mention that girl's daughter. Her daughter died tragically. So I think all bets are off. I think that need to be in their contract. Like, we don't need to talk about Brooke's daughter, but has Brooke's daughter and her situation been part of her storyline? Yes, it has. But I don't think that we have to say this to an adult. Like, Jackie is like over 50. Like, you know better. So that's the part I'm looking at Jackie like, girl, you just don't went too far. And if attack Brooke, but you ain't gotta bring like Brooke do enough shit and messy enough that you can just come at Brooke. You don't even have to talk about her daughter. That's how I feel about that. And Shawnee was like, you know what, Jackie? It seemed like you don't want to listen. Like, this is not going good. So I think you need to meet with all the ladies so we can try to make this right. And Jackie was like, whatever. If that's what you want me to do, I guess I'll be there. So Jackie agreed to meet up with all the ladies. So Evelyn, Brooke, and Brooke mom meets up because they want to talk to Brooke's son about what's going on with this baby situation, and we just need to get to the bottom of it, so we can try to figure out what's the next step. So her son finally shows up, and then Brooke decided to go ahead and call the baby mama. She called the baby mama. They didn't show it on camera, but Brooke came back and was like, she said it's not yours. Was that so hard? And her son was like, I just wanted to be true, right? Because I wanted to name her Kayla because I miss my sister. That was heartbreaking, y'all. Like, he just wanted to have a baby and wanted it to be so true because he lost his sister and he was thinking like that's a sign from God. Like, it was just bigger than him just being a father. He was connecting it to his sister. So Brooke was heartbroken. I mean, it was not a dry eye in the building. When they were talking about that, it was so heartbreaking because, like I said, Brooke's son seemed like he may have some mental illness, and you could just feel his pain. And then Brooke looking at him and she can't take it. Evelyn is crying. So that was a very sad, sad moment. But Brooke is excited they finally got some answers and got to the bottom of it. So, like I said, Shaunie is in town. I said this on the previous episode. She came there to fire Jackie, y'all. 100%. She knew she was going to fire Jackie before she had that conversation with her. So everybody meets up. So you got Jackie, Evelyn, Jen, Brooke, and Jashelle, and of course Shawnee. The only person that didn't show up was Brandy because Brandy was like, I done said what I said. They act like she's so upset and she can't deal with Jackie, so she decided to pass. But so I do want to say this. Why in the world did Brooke walk in with that oversized Chanel bag that another man bought her? Do y'all remember this was like on the first or second episode of Basketball Wife when she was like, "Oh yeah, I met this ex major league baseball player and he's cool and I want to get to know him better." And girl, why the one that she was like all giddy because he bought her a Chanel bag? Why she walks in with that Chanel bag? Girl, I thought you had a new man. I know my man wouldn't want me carrying around another man bag. I just I just don't understand Brooke. Brooke is desperate. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep it moving. So, on the next episode, I just got to say this really quickly just to prove my point. So, you know what? I'm not going to mention that. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet. So back to Jackie. So Jackie is like speaking to all the ladies. They trying to figure out like what's going on. Are we gonna make this work? Like what the fuck is going on? So everybody is talking about Jackie. So the highlight of this conversation was Evelyn. So Evelyn basically was asking Jackie was like, "Why do you hate me so much?" And Jackie was like, "Girl, ain't nobody hate you. Nobody cares." And then Evelyn was like, "I was trying to help you lose weight. You had gained a lot of weight. You was looking fat." Yes, she used the word fat. Jackie looked at her and was like, "Fat? You the one fat with them turkey leg arms, girl." I almost, because everybody knows that Evelyn has gained a lot of weight. So I'm like, Evelyn, how in the world? And I mean, she was trying to be all slick about it and coming at Jackie about her weight. But Evelyn, have you looked in the mirror, baby girl? You have gained a lot of weight. I was so surprised. Like, Jackie looks amazing. And of course, she was like, Jackie got nipped and took. But the point is, you don't need to be talking about nobody weight, sister girl. Like, you doing too much. And then, of course, Evelyn gonna twirl around like, oh, yes, and I am thick. Girl, yeah, you real thick. But when Jack told me, I know you ain't talking about nobody with them turkey leg arms. Boy, I was like laughing so hard. I was like, Jackie, you is crazy. And then, of course, we get into Brooke. So Brooke goes back and forth with Jackie, pulling up text message about what she said about Kayla. And I just don't understand why Jackie has zero interest in Brooke and like showing any type of empathy towards her. Like, for God's sake, she lost her daughter. Like, I just maybe we missing something. I'm so puzzled by their relationship and why Jackie is just going so hard with Brooke and her daughter. And then Brooke was like, "Don't ever say that I'm trying to, you know, get a bag off my daughter's death. That's disgusting." Very emotional. They wasn't even yeah, very emotional. She got out of pocket with her and very so Brooke was like, "I just don't understand why you just keep coming after my daughter. I just don't get it." And Jackie still wasn't apologizing. Like her and Brooke went back and forth. And of course Jackie done twirl over there where Brooke is telling her she jealous. She just want what she got. I just don't understand why Jackie just give her such a hard time. I think we're missing something. And then of course, Brooke was like had to call her a prostitute, and Jackie was like, "Honey, I know my pee good, and if I'm a prostitute, I'm a good prostitute." So they couldn't even hold that against her. And then Jackie just dipped out and was like, "Whatever, I'll see y'all later." So Shaunie was saying that she just so disappointed why, like I said, why Jackie give Brooke such a hard time. And it is kind of disgusting that she done lost her daughter and Jackie just I just don't it's some I feel like we missing something with that and I just don't know what it is. But yeah, Shawnee was like she just disgusted by Jackie behavior when it comes down to Brooke's daughter. And Jen was like, "Well, I don't understand why you just couldn't say thank you for your service." And she was like, "Oh, well, I was about to say thank you for your service, but I think Jackie did it when she walked out." Girl, no. You should have been a bigger person. And if your whole point of coming is to get rid of Jackie, you should have just, like Jack said, say that shit to my face. You should have said, "Thank you for your services." No, you let her exit. But I guess Shawnee or the producer let her know that she's no longer needed on the Basketball Wives. But they basically fired Jackie Christie. And I just don't understand why. I mean, they'll have a show, um, but I just don't think it's Basketball Wives. Yeah, Brandy's still there, but Evelyn's not a basketball wife. Brooke's not a basketball wife. Jashelle is, well, she's a WNBA. Like, it just don't fit. Shawnee's not a basketball wife, so I just don't understand the point of getting rid of. And Jackie, is good for the show. I think they need her. I really do. I think they need her. Jackie brings a lot to the show. She's one of the reasons I kind of enjoy the show. I think it'll go pretty flat because who else they gonna argue with now? Who y'all gonna argue with? But I guess we'll have to see. So it seemed like we going into the next episode. We moving forward, and it looks like Brandy is arguing with somebody. I guess her and Brooke gonna fake it, but I just don't understand. But Shawnee came to LA to fire Jackie Christie. So y'all, Jackie Christie is no longer part of Basketball Wives. So that was Basketball Wives. This episode was it was all right. It could have been better. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that Brooke boyfriend didn't come. She probably was threatening him all through those texts, like, "Get your ass here now." So he finally shows up. She also figured out that, she's not a grandmother. Same old with Evelyn. So I guess we'll just see how basketball is going to figure themselves out the rest of the season. I have so much other things on my channel. I do need you guys to like and subscribe and share. And guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.